would let me go.
So the noises turn to silence, and the pink is sing along. So the malice swallows kindness as your skin is peeling off. The memories behind me.
What up, y'all? Mankini here with Mankini TV, and I'm sitting down at Broken Land Festival with Saving Vice.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
It's kind of crazy here. Like, I wasn't expecting half of what I saw tonight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I kept finding rooms that I didn't know were in the building.
You're just walking around like, oh, another room.
Yeah.
You walked in on an orgy or something?
Well, yeah, I got here and I found out we were playing outside, and I was like, I've never played outside in October before, so that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I saw the rain came down on Varsity set, so like, that was a little scary.
Yeah, it bummed me out. I definitely was like, the whole time we were on the stage, I was like looking at the clouds, and I was like, oh, it's just New York. It's just cloudy here. And then I felt like a couple drops, but I was like trying to put it out of my head because like half my members do. If our drummer knew his kit was in the rain, dude, I don't even want to be there for that.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
Yeah, it was stressful, but I mean, like, it was a good show. It was cool because like the only times we played in Brooklyn were when we really first started. So like we only played to a couple people, you know.
Hell yeah.
So for us, this was a really big like presentation of Saving Vice to a bigger crowd in this area that we haven't seen before. And you know, at first I was like, oh no, I don't know if they're into it. But then as the set went on, I felt the kind of momentum
You were
growing.
like,
I was
oh,
like,
shit.
oh, next time we come back here, it'll be really cool, you know.
Killer. So you guys are currently on tour with Dropout Kings, Chucky Chuck, and
It's just the three of us.
it's you three, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sitting here like racking my brain. Who's the other person?
Yeah, no, I know. It's like it's pretty much like us, and then Chucky Chuck has like, he comes up and he raps and he has like a shorter set, and then Dropout Kings comes out.
Okay.
So we actually ended up at we haven't done it yet, but we actually added some songs onto our set list because we kept kind of running under our set time. We felt like it was going too fast, and I was like, we want to play as many songs as we can.
Absolutely.
Anytime we can. So the next couple dates will be pretty cool because we just kind of snuck a few songs into the set list because we realized that we had more time.
Hell
And
yeah.
every time I get done, I was like, wait, fuck. I was looking at the set list like, wait, are we on the last song
You're
already?
like, this guys, let's crank out some more.
Yeah, I waited 2 years to tour. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to like
Here
rush
we are,
this.
we're like done. Like,
I don't
no.
want to rush it. I'm trying to savor it, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So talk to me about the name Saving Vice.
So I joined the band. They were already named Saving Vice.
Okay.
Our guitarist started it in college in like 2016, 15, something like that. It pretty much means like the vice that saves you. So whatever that may be. And, you know, for like, there's a lot of metaphors in our stuff. Like we have like our snake logo.
Yes.
So it's kind of like that temptation, like the
Okay.
vice, you know what I mean? So, but everyone has a vice that saves them. You know, sometimes it's a negative one, sometimes it's a positive one, but we're very much into our music and our context being open to interpretation. Like every song I write, there's what it means to me, and there's what it means to whoever hears it, and whatever that is, I just want the song to be whatever that person needs it to be.
Absolutely.
So if you hear a f***ing breakup song and you hear a love song in your head, if that's doing something for you, I'm not gonna like steer you wrong and be like, no, this is a bad song. Like I just want our music to mean something, and it could be sad, it could be angry, it could be, you know, your Kyle punching holes in the drywall, whatever, you know. If it's
Not again, Kyle.
we love the Kyles, you know.
Absolutely.
They gave us memes.
They did juicy memes.
Yeah.
It's f***ing great.
It was a big trend. It's kind of over now. It probably should stay over because it got a little oversaturated.
Yeah,
but
it always happens. You get a good meme and it just runs like into the ground in like 10 hours. You're like, damn it, guys, I didn't get to enjoy this one properly.
There's been some lately where I feel like it was kind of a reach, where I felt like I was like, the Alec Baldwin memes,
Oh,
bad taste.
yeah, and they popped up so quick.
You know, it's funny because when I saw that article, I was like, oh, I can't wait for some person to think this is hilarious and have to like see that and like have it be someone I like, you know, and be like, bro, I was like, someone just like, this dude just like killed someone that he like probably really liked, and he was a really cool person who had a family, and your first impulse was to like make a joke out of it. I was like, sometimes the memes don't hit the way people think they do.
No.
I love up humor more than anyone, but like there's got to be a little bit of a line, you know?
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
There was definitely too. So like,
Yeah.
I'm all for the dark humor and getting crazy, but
Oh yeah,
like come on, we're in 24 hours in, and like we're like, let's just make fun of this.
I know.
guy.
I saw more memes than I saw articles about the actual event in like the first day, and I was just like, I
I
mean,
shouldn't laugh.
people were like ready for it. Dude,
Someone was like, I know Alec Baldwin's gonna shoot someone. It just had a bunch of memes waiting. You're like,
Dude.
why did you have those waiting?
Dude, and it's like I feel like the internet has made me like never want to be. I just want to. I wish I could just make a career out of music without ever actually having to be famous.
I feel that.
Because I feel like once you're famous, you're just like a target for
See,
anything. You know?
I take it the other way, and I look, if I end up ever being famous, have it all. And like they're always like, what if you want to be president one day? And I'm like, you really think like I'm gonna be here? I'm a guy in a bikini. I might
Oranges.
fall out of this thing all the time.
Honestly, like I would be way more comfortable, and it would be way less ridiculous for you to be president than the last one we just had. So I'm not really worried about it.
So I got your vote.
Yeah, improvement for sure.
Shit. All right. All right.
Even as it stands, like in 2021, an improvement.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
maybe I will get this Mankini campaign rolling.
Hey, dude, if you still remember you put your pants on this morning, like we're all Gucci, bro.
I haven't shit myself. Well, we won't go there.
Hey, well, we don't judge.
Listen, sometimes at the gathering of the Juggalos, I drink a little too much.
You know, I really want to play the Gathering of the Juggalos, mainly because I used to be very judgmental. And I mean, to some degree, I still think some of them are a little weird, but like I think the overall community is really cool. And every time I've seen like a video of like a show at the Gathering, it looks f***ing lit. Everyone seems super cool and like hospitable.
Oh.
And it kind of, I feel like the whole Juggalo movement was one of those first examples where I had to kind of like step back from my assumptions and just kind of see it for what it is. Like everyone's gonna like something you don't understand. If it's not hurting anyone, like it's not your problem.
I think that's the main point. Like, if it's not hurting you, why is it bad? Like, if it's done nothing to you, why hate it? Like, it's not, you don't like the music, like that's fine, you know.
I think we're molded to be that way by like social media and kind of what we're surrounded by. I feel like people see something and their first notion is not to lift it up, but to try to think about how they can like tear it down at like for humor, you know.
That, you know, the things we're talking about, it's been oddly the theme of today is just kind of positive mental strength, lifting people up and looking out for one. And you're right, people like, they see somebody on the rise, it's like, no, we gotta tear that person down. Like, why?
I think it's a combination of like stagnation and then envy. I think some people do it because that's all they have, that's all they do, and that's how they get attention or get a rise. But I think for some people it's just like, if I can't do that, I'm gonna make sure everyone thinks it's stupid that they're doing it, kind of thing. You know?
Joke's on them now.
No, yeah, I mean I've been at the butt end of it. I feel like any band that's had a remote amount of success probably had like some person, you know. I just don't understand. I feel like everybody wins when everybody's winning together, but like, you know,
this festival, I've told this to almost every band I've talked to today, which is almost every band on the bill.
yeah.
All of you are like friends, like family. I've watched you watch each other's sets.
Yeah.
I've watched you guys hang out, lend a hand for equipment, help each other out. Like I've watched this and I'm like, you're not all from here. You
No,
know what I mean?
I haven't met most of the people on this festival. I know like Taylor from Lust of a Suffer. I know obviously Dropout Kings because we're on tour with them.
Yeah.
Chucky Chuck, you know, Varsity are old friends of ours. You know, but yeah, it's like it's kind of. Like if you're seeing you're seeing these dudes trying to do the thing that you're trying to do, you know how hard it is, you know, like the pitfalls and the ups and downs. Like, I just feel like the overall scene and community is better off if everyone's kind of looking out for each other rather than trying to like step over or on top of each other. But, you know, hopefully that mentality can grow. I feel like it's stronger now than maybe it was. I feel like I haven't seen as much like drama within bands like I used to. I feel like it's you know.
Yeah, no, I feel like despite the negativity of the last year, I feel like it's been a good thing for lots of people in music and arts in general.
Yeah.
There was this sense of, this is my life. It's been taken away from me. Like, what happens if I never get it back? You know,
No, dude, man, that's like what our most recent song, Phantom Pain, was kind of about. That it was just like, you kind of realize that when you are deprived of that outlet music gives you, and all of a sudden, like, you're just kind of left to dwell in all your shit, and you don't have that to express it. It's like rough, and everybody's like that. Everybody has like feelings and emotions, and I feel like music is like a really big outlet and expression of that. And I feel like people get really competitive about success, but I think they forget that like people got that success because they were real about what they were doing, and what they felt, what they're writing about was real. So it's like people resonated with that. That's why they're doing well. But people look at it like, oh, like they're getting more attention or this and that, and they just want to tear them down. It's like, they're probably feeling the same shit you're feeling.
Absolutely.
And they just happen to get a leg up,
Absolutely.
And like, rather than trying to step on someone else, just wait your turn. And if like everyone supports each other, like everyone lifts each other up, it's just way better off. I'd rather do that than say anything at all. It's not constructive, and I hate drama, dude. I don't want to deal with that shit. It's like anxiety, and it's stressful, and I don't like looking over my shoulder. You know what I mean?
I'm with it.
I'd rather walk into a room and know everyone there has my back than knowing that, like, oh man, we had that Twitter fight. Like, I just, I don't know.
No, I hear you. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I all of you here, I would love to take this entire bill and just hand it over to Psychopathic Records and be like, listen, you need this for the gathering. You guys need to come to the gathering, absolutely. You need to play at the gathering with the Juggalos. Like, the Juggalos will absolutely love you guys.
Dude, I feel like those people just love vibing and love music.
Yeah, well, I mean, absolutely. That's the thing. I've talked about that a lot today. Is music is the one language everybody speaks.
Yep.
Universally.
Well, it's because it's like innate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the best part. I don't have to know what you're saying to enjoy your music. Hearing it and knowing what you're saying adds to it. Like, I'm like, oh, now this goes deeper. But feeling that music inside of you is something anybody can do. They can be at that show and just say, I feel this right now.
Well, yeah, you hear a melody, but you don't know the lyrics. But the melody, you feel the emotion. You know what I mean? You feel the emotion in the voice. Yeah, and that's...
And the way it's moving,
Yeah, and I try to write like that because that was the music that hit me the most. I'd have like a chorus stuck in my head. I didn't know a single word, but it made me feel something. I mean, I remember, I don't remember the exact song, but there was like one song where I loved the song and I loved singing it, and I thought it was like romantic, and I found out it was actually like super depressing and not romantic at all. But to me, the lyrics spoke to me in that way. And so I kind of had this thought like, well, that was what I needed it to be, and that like made me relate to it. So like, that's why our lyrics are so ambiguous yet direct. Like, we have a very clear, this is what the song's about. This is kind of what I want you to take away from it. And then buried underneath it is like, this is what it actually means to me. So I like to think that a lot of people might hear our songs and think, oh, like, I totally relate to this, and it's the same thing. They might be just feeling their own emotion that has nothing to do with what I wrote, but like, I still wrote a song that had the impact on someone, and if it helped them through some shit, I don't really care what they think it's about, because the music still did what it was supposed to do,
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. It's funny you bring up like songs you hear. You're like, I thought that was a love song. It made me think of The Freshman.
Oh, whoa! You're talking like Verve Pipe?
Yeah,
I love that song.
Merely fresh. And when I
was talking about covering that song a year ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs.
That song fucking like digs at you.
It does. Well, and when I first heard it, I didn't pick up on any of what was going on in that song. I didn't hear it for what it was. We were meant, and I was like, oh. And then like I listened to it again, I was like, oh, wait a second, hold on, like, oh my god.
There's a pain to that voice.
Exactly, and that
you don't know what it's about, but you hear that like, "For the life of me."
I think that's why it was weird for
and
me.
you're just like, I don't know why this is so relatable, but it makes, like, music has that way of like creeping under your brain and your skin, and just like winding you up and making you feel things that maybe you didn't even know you needed to feel.
Yes,
sometimes,
Absolutely, and that's the important thing is you gotta. Address the things inside of you. You feel feelings you didn't know you had, and you're like, shit, like, I'm glad I did this, because now I've got it out of me, and I feel better.
Oh, dude, I mean, when I first joined the band, I was, a lot, like, our whole first EP, Colder Than Dark, I wrote pretty much all of that EP, but a lot of it was, like, lyrics I had sat on for years that was just, like, I have these, like, Word documents on my phone where I just write down every thought, rhyme, melody, intrusive thought I have, because I know later when I'm trying to write, I'll go back and like read that one line, and it'll like make me remember what that felt like, and it inspires a whole verse or something later, because it's real when it happens. So It's like I try to capture them. Like, I can't sit down and write because I want to write. I have to like be like, oh shit, I want to write about that, because it's like if you're feeling it, if it's impacting you, you're gonna have a way more genuine way of, I guess, conveying it. You know.
Absolutely, 100%.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's f***ing something like when I stopped doing music for a while before I joined Saving Vice. I was in another band before, and I kind of had that weird. You get society always wants to make you feel like it's a joke. It's not a thing you should really pursue. Like if you don't do it when you're like super young, at a certain point you're supposed to just drop it and give up on it. And it's like there wasn't a fucking minute I drove to work where I wasn't listening to music, just picturing myself on stage, to the point where I wasn't even going to shows because I just like got jealous
You were like,
that
no,
I was in the
I'm
crowd.
Not there.
I fucking hated it so much. So I feel like that's gotta mean something, you know. It's like when it's like, you know, that like, oh, this is what you want to do. This is how I get it out. This is my outlet. You can say the things that you can't say to anyone, because with a song, you can like change the words. You can change how you're saying what you're saying. It's, for me with our music, it's like I get to hide all the things I don't want everyone to know about, but I get to get it out because I bury it in the lyrics, or it's like wordplay, you know. And when I hear it back, it's like, it's almost like it's like not my burden anymore because it's out of me. You know, it's not it's not mine anymore. Now it belongs to whoever's listening to it. You know, it's almost like gets you past it.
I'm with that. I'm with that 110%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shift our gears real quick.
All right.
Pineapple on pizza?
No.
Instantly. I'm gonna say it, and people watching these interviews will be like, "Why does he keep saying that?" I think I broke up like 4 bands today with that question.
I mean, I don't really give a It's like, I don't care if you like pineapples on pizza. I don't like pineapples by themselves, let alone on something I like, which is pizza. So it's like, why the you know?
Get these pineapples away from me.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're exactly what they are described as. They're like apples that taste like pine. You know, it's
Who gave me these pineapples?
they're ugly and sharp and pokey, and according to Adam Sandler, the devil tortures Hitler with them. So
I
guess I do like them.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like that's not far from the truth. Like, I feel like that's got to be how it works.
I mean, you can hate any vegetable, but once you see like the devil shoving it up Hitler's ass, you're
Absolutely.
like, I appreciate that vegetable now.
Absolutely, yeah. It could have been asparagus, and you'd be like, you know what?
Unless he's into it, I don't want him to like it. Hitler
And
doesn't.
it just gets weird.
Hitler shouldn't like anything. He shouldn't get what he likes.
You're like, what does Hitler like? He likes pizza. Well, no, obviously you're not getting pizza in hell. What else does Hitler like? He likes pineapples in his ass.
Dude,
okay.
I always think that part of Little Nicky where he's about to do it and then he like turns it around and shoves it in the other way. It's in like Hitler's in a tutu, and I always just think of that. I'm like, oh man, there must have been so many like fucking alt-right fucking losers who were just watching that scene, just like seething, fuming, and it's like, you, good.
You know what? That movie also has one of the greatest soundtracks in my opinion.
It's a great film
Yeah,
for a lot of
absolutely.
reasons, and I feel like I rewatched it recently and I had a way better appreciation for it than I did when I was younger, because I feel like some of the jokes hit harder, and then any movie that's like got music, like metal in it, I feel like has a resonance. If you're like, you watch Green Room, it's way different if you're watching it as a horror movie than you're watching it when you're in a band and you're watching a horror movie, and then you actually try to imagine like, what if we got booked at this like alt-right Nazi bar in the woods, and then we just decided to play a song that's like Nazis, and then they killed someone to the set, and then half of us died, and you're just like watching it like, shit, so what would you do? Like, oh shit, no. Our drummer would totally die there. Oh no,
we
like,
just spoiled that movie for anyone who's not seen it.
you can edit this out, right?
But will I?
It's a good movie. You should watch it. It's really good. Patrick Stewart's a Nazi bad guy, and it's worth it just for that.
It's funny that you say that. I've never seen that movie.
It's fantastic.
And I didn't know that's what it was about. Like I had no idea what Green. Like I was like, oh, Green Room. I didn't think of like Green Room.
Bro,
Like,
I didn't really. I gave you like the overgloss, but like you watch the movie and you're just like, what the fuck? It's like, it's not comfortable to watch.
you get up, you walk away. You're like, why did I do that?
Because.
But then you're like, I'm glad I did that.
I feel like it's one. Okay, I don't want to say this because I know it pisses off a lot of people. But I feel like there aren't a lot of horror movies or like murder thriller horror movies that really have an actual plot, beginning, middle, and end.
Yes.
Like I feel like sometimes like the writing basically got lazy right around the time where they had to finish it.
And it was like,
We know we want everyone to be scared and to die, but then the conclusion sucks. And so whenever I see a movie that really has a full circle like that in that genre. And I don't know if I'd call Green Room a horror movie, but it fucking was pretty horrifying if you try to put yourself in their shoes. And I felt like that it had a weird way of coming back around. Like I remember watching it thinking like, oh man, everybody's gonna die. and then the ending wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be, and like that, it was like The Hills Have Eyes. When that was gonna, and like I remember watching that movie and just being, man, I would have just done this, and then the guy did the thing, and then I was like, holy shit, he's just killing all these inbred assholes. That's what I would have done, and I'm like screaming. He's got the German Shepherd, and he's like just taking them all out, and I was just like, finally a movie that actually is kind of accurate, because like I feel like a lot of people in that situation would probably fight back rather than just like run, scream, cower, and hide.
I mean, if you're gonna die, you're gonna die.
You're not fighting Jason. You're fighting a bunch of like mountain hillbillies who like bang their cousins. Like there's not a whole lot of danger there if you have a machete and a German Shepherd or whatever, you know.
Hell, you could probably do a lot of damage with a phone.
Or a hatchet.
Hey, whoop whoop.
You like that reference?
I absolutely. I love it.
I'm trying to embrace it, even though I don't get it. I'm trying to embrace it.
Hey, but you know what? It doesn't have to be got. It just, the appreciation of, hey, you've got something you enjoy, like you said, that you enjoy.
It does something for people that they need. And I, when I was younger, I didn't understand that. Like, I totally, made fun of it and trolled it. And, like, you kind of understand that, like, I haven't met a whole lot of juggalos who are assholes, to be honest. I may have met a few weirdos, but I've never met a whole lot of people. I haven't met anyone who's really, like, a danger to themselves or anyone else. And it's like, I'm kind of at a point in my life where if you fit that description, like, it's really not my chair, not my problem. You know what I mean? Like, you enjoy you enjoy me. You're not hurting anyone. You're not hurting anything.
Hey, right.
Yeah, like, why not?
I seriously, I want to thank you for chopping it up with me. This has been a lot of fun.
This is a pleasure. I honestly was just thinking, like, oh shit, we should probably turn on the merch table, but I'm gonna like keep talking to this dude.
No, it's listen. Sometimes we go off the rails. My producer will be like, dude, you can't do 30-minute interviews because no one's watching them on YouTube. I'm like, sure they will.
Well, you don't want to interview me then because I'll ramble. Like, there was probably like 3 times in this conversation where I forgot what the question was, and I was just like,
you played it off.
I'll circle back subtly,
It'll get there somehow, or he'll pick it back up, and we'll be
fine.
Oh
yeah. He'll ask another question, and I'll just like divert,
Completely avoid. Yeah. The f did he ask me earlier? No, it's been great. I seriously, I love it. I love being at music festivals. It's my thing, and
it's been too long.
I've been back here working all night doing these.
Yeah.
So I've regretfully missed a lot of the music, but I've been able to hear it from both ends and make my way out and peek. And everybody that's been here has put in a lot of time and effort. You guys have all killed it, and it's exciting to finally be back and get to do this and be a part of this again.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played a festival since like summer 2019.
Well,
and it was it was cool, and you're doing good work. You're doing things. Well, this is really cool because this like helps musicians. You know what I mean? It like lets people see. I love doing this stuff because I always feel like, oh man, I know people like us, but I feel like they probably don't really understand what it's really. And it's a really cool opportunity to like dig deeper into music and like, because this life, it's when you want it, it sucks because you want it so bad and you want it with all your body, but it's hard, and it's when you have someone whose entire job or platform is basically like trying to like put a platform up for musicians to like talk about this stuff. I think that's really cool. That's why I love doing interviews, because it's like you're doing a lot for that scene and that community, and that's cool.
Yeah. Family.
Yeah, oh wow.
Oh,
bro, I had too many Modelo's. I've been missing fist bumps all night. We edit that out. You can leave it in, I guess. It's fine.
It's okay. I'm Mankini. This is Mankini TV. This has been Saving Vice, and that's the 7th Modelo. 9th.
Yeah.
It's over.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
Of course. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Ties torn apart, every bit of myself just to build it up. Let's go surprise! Just another ache that I can't explain, another fever I can't break. Now please pass the champagne. I need a moment to compose myself to